Today I will be painting a portrait of Barbie. I went to the movie Barbie a few days ago and I really enjoyed it. I had quite a few struggles painting this portrait. First of all, I was in need of a good reference photo. A good reference photo means a good painting, so this is a very important part of the process. Furthermore, the photo really needed to be like Barbie and not only like Margot Robbie. There are lots of photos of Margot Robbie going around. In most of them, she has this sexy and relaxed face and she's posing, but this is not very Barbie-like. Barbie is always smiling in a kind of forced and manic way, if you ask me. So I finally found the good reference photo on Barbie's Instagram. Here Margot Robbie is posing for the Barbie movie and she has like this exact Barbie smile. She just really did a great job portraying her in this movie. The next struggle I had while I was painting this portrait was that the painting just kept being in the ugly stage for a very long time. All my paintings start kind of ugly because then I've just applied the first few layers of watercolor, so it doesn't really look like a face yet. But this one just kept being ugly for so long, I almost gave up, but I pushed through, and with each layer of color pencil, the face started to look better and better. So just bear with me as you watch this. I think the fact that it stayed ugly for so long had to do with the fact that she is smiling, so her eyes were in a different shape as well. And there are also a few lines and wrinkles around the eyes, which I definitely did want to paint, because when you smile you have wrinkles, but I also did not want to make her look old. So, very challenging. You can see that I worked on the skin with only watercolor in the beginning. I intended to add a few more layers of watercolors on the skin and to leave it like that, and only use the color pencils for the areas around her eyes and nose. But when I did that, it just did not look good. So this was another challenge. I think it has to do with the fact that the face does not have much shadow. The shadows are darker and therefore it creates a nice effect to do these in color pencil. But this face kind of has an even lighting, so it looked weird to only cover a portion in pencil, because there will always be a contrast with the watercolor part. So I ended up covering everything in pencil. And this just wasn't my first intention, because it takes up so much more time. And I like the watery watercolor effect, but pencil does give a more smooth look, and that very much suits a Barbie. So I guess it turned out great in the end. When I was working on the mouth, I did not fill in all the teeth, because that does not look good. I always kind of leave some of them out and just let the imagination fill them in. can see me working on the skin. Like I said, it was still my intention to cover everything of her skin with watercolor. It was not for nothing, because it does help me when I'm working with colored pencil that the right contrast is already there. So that's nice, but still it was probably a lot of work for nothing. Did you watch Barbie the movie? I really like the happy vibes, and without spoiling anything, it really gets you talking about feminism and patriarchy, so I think it's a good conversation starter without agreeing with all the points made. I will not talk about it more because I think spoilers are just the worst. My friends really raised me right when it comes to this. It was always a thing for me because I've read lots of books which later became series or movies. Adding the lashes to the eyes is always one of my most favorite things to do, but I always have to wait till I've finished the rest of the eye, because you can't really get under the patches of skin once you've added the lashes. So I was really happy here when I finally got to add them. Here I am adding the dangerous line on the cheek, hoping for the best. I still think she looks a little bit like Michael Jackson in this part. Probably has to do with the fact that I did not finish her skin, and so the shape of the nose is not right yet. Adding these dark parts that make the distinction between her face and her hair really gives depth, so it's already starting to look better. Right now I'm adding some highlights in the hair because she's really blonde. Still, overall it's too light, so it looks a bit flat, but I will be adding some more dark parts so it will get better. My other favorite thing to add is definitely the lights in the eyes, which is also one of the things you can only add in the end, because if you try to work around them, that's just lots and lots of work. And like this, you just make it so much easier for yourself. You cannot do this with watercolor, so you need to have gouache, because gouache is not see-through, so you can add it on top of your color pencil or your watercolor. So just buy some, it's really worth it. Here you can see me adding some of the final layers of the color pencil. I'm working with the Luminance pencil right now. This is a wax-based pencil, which gives a kind of see-through and shiny look, which is very much skin-like. When I'm working on the hair, I only put down the most important strands that shape the hair. I never put them all down. First of all, because that's so much work. I'm way too lazy for that. But also because I really like this look. It's kind of abstract and, well, it's just really my style, to be honest. And now I'm finally adding the dark parts in the hair, which really gives it depth and just, yeah, it kind of puts together the face as well, because it just looks better with a shadowy part in the hair and also partly on the face. And the final blob of paint, and then also my little hidden autograph, and then it's finished. So happy with the end result. It turned out quite well, while all the while I was thinking I really need to quit. So just sometimes you gotta push through, it will get better. And now please enjoy the final shots, because the finished work is so much better than the work in progress. Just enjoy.